frustrating.
We have some major news, not news, but you knew it was coming and it dropped. We have the Diana Rossini, Zach Rosenblatt article.
What are they saying?
Well, okay, I just opened it.
Joe Douglas was the leak the whole time.
Well, JD leaked the quarterback pick, I guess, is what I heard, right? Like that was the Manish thing?
Yeah, it was the Manish thing.
The first big one that I saw is, according to these sources, the day after the Jets lost to Denver Broncos. Remember that game well. We were all in attendance for it.
Yep.
There was a contentious meeting at the team facility and included Johnson Douglas, a vice chairman, Christopher Johnson, team president, Jaime, and Ira Ixlarat, or however you say his name, an advisor to Johnson. It also included a group of coaches, Saleh, Hackett, Ulbrich, and Brant Boyer. The coaches had been called in to explain what happened with their units during the 10-9 home loss. And during the meeting, apparently, ready for this? You guys sitting down?
Yeah.
Johnson suggested to the coaches that they bench Aaron Rodgers in favor of Tyrod Taylor because he felt Rodgers' performance was holding the team back.
No fucking way.
The coaches and Douglas, stunned at the suggestion, talked him out of it and convinced Johnson to stay the course, and that benching Rodgers with his pedigree 4 games into the season would not sit well with the locker room. Coaches also felt it would embarrass Rodgers. The idea of benching a future Hall of Famer sounded so absurd that one coach asked whether the owner was serious. Multiple sources from that team meeting believed he was. That's only the first one that I found.
All right, before you go any further, let's react to that, because fucking good on you, Woody. Like, ahead of the curve on that. Like, good for firing him. If they were like, well, we can't do it because, like, I would have thought it was Woody.
Thank God for Woody Johnson.
No, stay the fuck out of it, Woody. Shut the fuck up. Sit down. Fork over the money and let Joe Douglas, or not Joe Douglas now, whoever the fuck you hire next, let him run the show. The owner should not be calling a meeting and being like, explain to me why we let up 10.
He was ahead of the curve on fucking Rodgers sucking.
No.
Yes, 100%. The coaches didn't want to bench Rodgers because of his ego.
Because Ryan wants Woody Johnson to run the show. Then we'll just
I don't want Woody Johnson to run the show. I was bitching about Woody Johnson the entire show. This show, and I'm wrong apparently.
That's pretty funny. No, it's funny.
I can pivot with new information.
No, Matt, look, I'm with you, Matt, and I do agree. Stay the fuck out of it. Which is what the Pittsburgh Steelers
I don't disagree,
owner does.
But it's just interesting that Woody was on the right side.
But it is right, Ryan. Matt, is that opposite of what you thought might with that meeting?
Course.
Wouldn't you have thought it was the exact opposite?
Of course, yes. This sounds crazy.
We're on an episode of Looney fucking Tunes. All right, go on. Is there anything more there? Because that blew my fucking top off.
On October 8th, Johnson made a unilateral decision to fire Saleh without consulting his general manager or anyone else in the organization for that matter. But really, Douglas's free will as the GM was stripped away long before that. Douglas had
before the draft of Will McDonald.
Yeah.
I know I'm not wrong. I know I was fucking right at the time. I knew I was right, like 100%. I'd put my life savings on this.
Matt, you see that? You see what Ryan did there? Before I knew Will McDonald wasn't Joe Douglas's pick.
Nope, worse. Douglas already had lost some power midway through last season when Johnson took more of an active role. Example, Douglas had a contract extension offer he was getting ready to propose to defensive end Bryce Huff's agent, but Johnson vetoed that and any other moves involving paying new money to players on the roster. By January, Douglas seemed to have even less control. That's when he fired assistant general manager Rex Hogan, move that shocked many in the organization because of how close Douglas and Hogan and their families were. Multiple team sources theorized that Johnson forced Douglas's hand in the aftermath. Douglas told Jet staffer that, quote, Woody should just fire me now.
That's the Woody we know and love.
There it is. Okay.
That's there you go. The other shoe drops.
Oh, here we go. There, quote, another team source. They're holding him hostage now. Another front office member, Joe, was checked out. All the fucking things we've been saying.
Yeah.
That's great.
Dude, the national media is like so slanted against the Jets. And you listen to the three of us week in, week out. We've been saying this for months. This is like, we know our team. We know our owner. We've had him for 20 years.
Douglas pursued a trade with the Denver Broncos for wide receiver Jerry Jeudy, offering Allen Lazard and a day 2 pick.
I told you that. I said that.
Johnson nixed that one. Oh boy. Okay, not good. Multiple team sources believe that this is talking about Tyron Smith and Mike Williams. Multiple team sources believe that this was a matter of Johnson's preoccupation with social media factoring into the Jets' decision-making. Douglas went along. He offered an incentive-laden 1-year, $6.5 million deal up to $20 million. What Douglas didn't expect, no other team, including Dallas, had expressed any interest in signing Tyron Smith, so the former All-Pro accepted the Jets' offer.
So we've kind of known that about Johnson for a while now, but I think it's worth going back to last year's social media accounts and see who was pulling, see who is Woody following and how. Like, let's manipulate him. Let's play puppet master here. Let's figure out who's following and get that person on board and be like, okay, here, fix your fucking shit because you're doing the wrong thing. And then say, okay, this is the right thing. Boom, 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 boom. All down the list.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
According to the league source, Douglas was warned by Reddick's representation that if the Jets didn't plan on awarding Reddick a new contract, they should hold off on a trade. But when Douglas found out it would only cost him a 2026 third, he believed that Reddick would report and the team could figure out the contract later. However, per team sources, Johnson wasn't willing to give Reddick a new contract.
Yeah, I'm on board. You know what? I actually... I don't agree with the trade having knowledge of the agent saying that, because that gives you pretense. But the calculation of, I think this guy is going to report for $15 million on a star-studded team that he's going to ball out on and make a shit ton of money after. We'll get the draft pick back later. And worst case scenario, if it doesn't work out, I gave up a pick that I'm not going to be here for. Like, I'm on Joe Douglas's side for this particular one because I think it was as much as it did hurt us by him not reporting, Reddick's a dumbass for not reporting. Like, he didn't get a better deal.
Oh yeah.
Nothing like he's an idiot. But like, I understand the mindset of Douglas for that move. I don't really understand the getting rid of John Franklin Myers, but
wouldn't it have been great if Douglas if we just kept Bryce Huff and JFM and
oh yeah,
you know what I mean,
dude? I'm shocked that they offered JFM or that they wanted to offer Huff something. What I heard was the Jets were willing to go to 17, and I don't know if a contract was ever actually like offered. It doesn't seem like it based on the tweet that, or story that Matt just read. But I think Huff wouldn't have been the one to negotiate given how we treated him prior to that. So I don't know if it would have gone better. But man, dude, Woody, I give Woody credit for the first sentence of that fucking article, and then as soon as you pivot to points 2 and 3 and 4, I'm like, there's our guy. That's our fucking owner.
What's up, guys? Matt O'Leary from Talkin' Jets. If you liked that video, please make sure to subscribe and follow for more New York Jets content.